I'll let you know if I can think of any. Bye. Bye, sweetie.
We'll see you.
Okay, bye.
Alright guys, check it out. Hey, let the ball touch you, Brandon. Stop reaching for it, okay? There you go. There you go, Jack. That's it, guys. That's three.
Take advantage of your knowledge when you're here.
Sure.
Okay, so say that play, okay, that happened at second base, right? But say that the kid had run to third, right? And there's a play happening at first, but the kid at third gets interfered with, right?
I mean, he gets obstructed.
Obstructed.
The runners get obstructed, and defensive players get interfered with.
Okay, so he gets obstructed by the third baseman who's standing in the run line, right?
Yeah.
So in that case, would he be? Now the play isn't at third base, so
Right.
there's no question there. But because he was obstructed, would you allow him to advance,
Well,
or does he get to stay there?
He's probably, well, did he get tripped up and did he go back to second?
He got tripped up. He stays at third.
Oh, he stays third, he got the base he was entitled to then.
Okay.
That's it. You don't
It's
award
only like
extra
if you
base.
were out. You only get like a base awarded if.
What you would have gotten, in my opinion. Okay, he would have got third. That's it.
Right.
So that becomes a moot point at that time. So you got umpire judgment there on obstruction, of course, even interference, because contact interference speaks for itself.
Right.
But you can run in front of that player and hinder them, impede them, confuse them. It's all part of interference. And that's what I think he did to that defensive player. The runner did. I got time. Runner's out. Okay, interference. And so, but it doesn't have to be contact. It doesn't have to be intentional. Some of these guys think it has to be intentional. It does not have to be.
Right.
So really, you need to examine the definition of interference. Get a rule book, okay? Because a lot of this stuff,
yeah.
then you understand it better.
Yeah, I have the rule book here, and I just ordered the paper copy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the book.
I like the book too.
You mark it up, tabs, and you got things that have significance, and
Right.
you go right to it. You don't have to look at a screen. We're getting screened to death.
I agree.
Go, Jay! Go, Jay! Go, Jay! Parker, get closer to the plate. Get closer to the plate. Mateo!
That's right.
You always got to be aware, especially as
It's got to be a foul.
the situation is out. If you had 2 outs, you had the infield fly. Less than 2 outs, you got it.
First base, you go home. Damien, catch it, step on the bag. There we go.
Adam, you get the ball, catch your base, go home.
Okay.
1-1.
Back of your pitcher.
fight with him. Yes.
Yeah, if you look back in that game, we had bases loaded and that pop up to the first baseman, right?
Right.
And was that an infield fly?
Bases
Could
loaded.
have been. It was
Yeah.
close, okay?
Right.
But I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, oh, he's not going to catch it, okay?
Right.
So, but I could have. Once I called infield fly, it
Right,
was out.
it's- right.
Okay, so it's not a reversible call.
Right.
So again, now you got the judgment thing. I'm going, okay, is it? No. It went over his head. So the last split, I was waiting to the last split second if I had to call it or not.
Yeah.
But just to
Well, you
let
have good
know,
you have good instincts.
well, you read the play.
Yeah. You read the team and you read the team too.
Well,
You know, a little bit.
yeah.
You have to. We love him. That's good. That's nice. Let's see his picture. Let's see his picture. Let's see his picture.
So this inning, 5-run cap or no cap? Top 5. Here we go. There you go, man. Hey, stay in there, stay close. Stay close. I know you pulled off on that because I see where that ball went. Stay close. Let's go, Blue. 0-2. Focus, Jay. Put him away. Strike approach. Here we go. Let the ball get deep. Nothing above your hands. Short enough. Put the ball in play. Here we go. One elbow down. Go, get that, beat it. Nice. Got a runner again.
Please communicate, guys. Use your voice. Use your big boy words. Guys, come on.
Here we go, Slugger. Good job, Dirtbags. Way to go.
Good, Jared. Trust your arm, man. Let him rip.
Adam, nothing above the hands, buddy. Man, get the ball down. Adam, hit that ball to right center. Hey, Blue, ball that way. back up the middle, dude. Stop trying to jank stuff. There you go.
Not enough time to get another inning in. They weren't going to bat.
Right.
They could have did some bonus batting, but guess what? The game's over. It's what, 10-1, 11-1?
Something like that.
Something like that. Guess what?
Yeah.
Party's over.
So, okay, last question before you go home.
Oh, I got to make a pit stop here.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's right. No, last question was, okay, so if one of these kids, you know, you call a fourth ball, but he's full count, and he thinks it's, the kid thinks it's a strike, and he makes it into the dugout. Is that an out, or is that a warning?
You know what? When something like that happens, I'm going to put him on first base, because they don't know. You know, again, it's on a drop third strike, he walks into the dugout, and when you have a drop third strike that's alive, he walks into the dugout, I'm going to call him out. In this game, if the ball four, I'm going to tell him beforehand, ball four, batter, okay, go first.
Right.
I'm going to tell him, okay?
Right.
Because it's called proactive, preventative officiating, where you have less troubles. You tell the kids what they need to do. You're not supposed to be a coach when you're an umpire, but I still coach. I tell these guys, don't turn your head, you know, do whatever. I want to see them hit
It's supposed to be learning. I mean, you know what I mean?
Right. It's just a learning experience.
Right.
But
if he makes it into the dugout,
now,
is it an out? Or
if he makes it, if he abandons his effort, you know what? I could ring him up. Okay, you can ring him up for abandoning his effort. That's what it would be called. The batter's abandoning his efforts. He's out. Even on a ball four, if he walks into the dugout. I mean, that's a pretty sad situation. I
Yeah.
don't think it's ever happened.
Right.
But on a hypothetical, yeah, I could ring them up.
And do they? And is a drop third strike a live ball at this
In-
level in minor
no,
A, little league?
no,
Yeah,
only in majors.
Right.
And they changed that rule in majors about 5 years ago. I mean, even in majors, a drop third was still an out 5 years ago. Then they changed it to get more in accordance with other leagues, Cal Ripken, and at that level of the ball, they say you should be able to make that play. But over here, it's still drop third is still out.
Right.
And so yeah, but then you got to know, okay, was there a runner on first at the time of the third strike and the drop third? If there was a runner on first and less than 2 outs, okay.
He can advance. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
but if there's not a runner on first
Right.
and there's less than 2 outs, well, then the ball stays live. They have to tag him and throw him out at first. So you always got to be aware of your situational.
Wow, I'll have to read up on that one.
Your situational thing. I mean, if
Right.
there's run on second and third, drop third. No, he can go to first.
Right.
So again, you got to be aware as an umpire.
I'm gonna have to read up on that one.
What's going on?
Right.
Or else, I mean, you can look pretty bad. I mean, you say batter's out and the base is open, and you're declaring them out. I mean, that's when the umpire is not aware of what's
Right.
going on. So you always got to be reminding yourself, what's the situation? How many outs? Who's on? What isn't? And what level you're playing? Again, if I was
Sure.
majors,
Right.
drop third. Hey, the ball stays alive. If there's less than 2 outs, nobody on.
Right.
So there's so many little things that you have to be aware of. I mean, I've
Thank
seen
you.
umpires out here call runners that left the base too soon because the ball
Yeah.
has to cross the plate before
Right.
they can leave the base. But I've seen them call them out, which was wrong, and then they had big confrontations about it because the umpire didn't know the basic rule about leaving the base too soon. Okay, he just put them back. But he rang them up. So then I have a big long discussion, but it tells me he doesn't know the Little League rules. All right?
Right.
So you can't always assume that umpires know the Little League rules.
Yeah, and they are a different set of
and-
rules. I mean, that's why they do the book every
And
year,
then
right?
softball, it depends. No, it doesn't make any difference if it's 8, 10, 12. You leave early, you're out. Dead ball, no pitch, dead ball. The runner's out. But it depends on. And I've worked softball.
Right.
What's going on over there?
Right.
So you always got to keep yourself aware of what your situation is.
Well, thank you very much. I
Yeah.
really appreciate you teaching me. And your name again?
I'm Fritz.
Thank you,
I've been
Fritz.
here now 4 years. What's your name again?
Marisol.
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 Okay.
Marisol.
Yeah, that's
Thank
a
you
great
so much.
name.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Oh yeah, anytime. You know what? I'm glad to share knowledge because the more people understand and know the game, the less problems an umpire will
Right.
have.
Yeah.
You know, this is like, I had a game situation last night. The ball was hit, just to tell you, and went up the foul line. It was up, foul,
Yeah.
foul, and it came in right before the bag, before it stopped, right? And the one guy said, that's a foul ball, it's in foul territory. Well, that's right. But the ball stopped in fair territory before the bag, stayed in play, it's a fair ball.
Right.
If the ball hits the bag, it's still a fair ball. If it's touched in foul territory, then it's a foul ball.
But if it's touched, if it's a foul, if it falls in the foul line, but it was touched first in the fair area, then
That
it's
would
a fair
happen
ball,
in this
right?
game.
Right.
It
That's
just
a fair
nicked
ball.
off his mitt, went in, and if the guy let it go, it would have spun into foul territory, it would have been a foul ball. But since he touched it and off of his mitt,
Right.
now it's a fair ball.
Right.
And so that's when the umpire just points. You should never hear an umpire say fair ball. He yells foul ball, and if it's fair ball, he just points. That's an umpire that knows what he's doing. So I'm just telling you a little insight.
Yeah. No, I noticed that. And I remember reading that
If
rule.
the umpire's yelling fair ball, guess what? He's a beginner. He's a beginner. He's a rookie. Yeah.
Well, thank you
Bye,
so
Marcy.
much. Thank you. Have a good night, Fred.
Nicer.